skills. Hi Tacoma, welcome back to your kindergarten TV classroom. Today is Tuesday, November 24th, and I'm Mrs. Oslin. As always, let's take a moment to check in with your zone. Think about what emotion you're feeling. Think about your I message. You'll remember an I message sounds like I feel because And pay close attention to how strongly you're feeling your emotion. Take some think time. I'm going to practice sharing my iMessage with Mabel. Mabel, I'm in the green zone today because I had a really productive day yesterday, which means I got a lot of work done, and I feel really good about that. Now you take a moment to share your iMessage with your learning buddy, someone in the room with you, or with me on the screen. You'll remember every day when we come together, your job is to listen, share, and read. And we've been practicing having active listening posture. So let's get ourselves into active listening posture and say this with me. Eyes watching, ears listening, voice quiet, body still. We learned that even when you have active listening posture, it can be difficult sometimes to focus. So if you find yourself thinking about something else, you can always remind yourself and do some positive self-talk and say, focus, self, focus. Today, I want to teach you that strong memory skills are important to be successful in school. So we have our active listening posture so that we can listen and focus. And we also want to make sure that we're remembering what is being said so that we can learn. It's important to remember so that we're successful and learn and grow and get stronger as readers and writers and mathematicians and scientists and friends. So you'll remember that we read a book several times called Listen Buddy by Helen Lester. And it was all about our friend Buddy, who had a really hard time listening. So we're going to play a game today to help us have really strong memory skills. And how this is going to go is I'm going to teach you a signal to help you remember to remember. Because sometimes we all need that reminder. This is important. You're going to need to focus and remember. That's our focus, or excuse me, that's our memory signal. So let's do that together. Remember to remember. Say that with me. Remember to remember. Good. Now we're going to play a game, and we're going to pay really close attention to what we are supposed to remember to remember. And I'm going to, on my whiteboard, show you some items, and then I'm going to take them away, and your job is to tell me what those items were. Here we go. A Lego, now remember to remember. Think. What were the items? Tell your learning buddy. How many do you get? There were 5 items. Think about what helped you remember to remember. you might have said the items out loud. And I started to do that and then I stopped myself because I didn't want to do it for you. You might take a mental picture. You might try writing them down or drawing a picture. Let's try it again. And this time, think of a strategy that's going to help you remember to remember. Let's start by doing our remember to remember signal together. Here we go. Remember to remember. Okay, what were the 5 items? Oh, you might have remembered to remember. The items were a Lego, a bolt, a crayon, a whiteboard marker, and Mabel. Let's see if I remembered them. I did. Now, we talked about how saying them out loud can help you remember to remember. We talked about how maybe writing the items down might be helpful. You might also have thought about grouping things that were similar together. For example, like a crayon and a whiteboard marker are both used to write. So you might have in your mind grouped those together. And you might have put like a Lego and Mabel together because those can both be learning tools. And then the bolt, I don't know how you would remember that. What do you think? Turn and tell your learning buddy. Maybe the bolt you would have to draw a picture or write it down or just know it's the one thing that doesn't really fit. Or you could have looked at the crayon and the marker and the bolt and noticed how they're all kind of the same shape. They're all a cylinder. Maybe that would have helped you. I don't know. Today we learned how it's important to have strong memory skills to be successful in school because you're getting a lot of information and it's all important to remember so that you become a stronger reader and writer and mathematician and artist and scientist and friend. Now, I'm going to put all my items away, get myself organized here. We are going to practice some of our skills that we've been learning. And while we're doing this, remember to remember so that you can use this information about letter names and sounds to help you be a stronger reader and writer. That's how our memory game helps us in school. So the alphabet song, you'll remember to remember that when we sing this song, we sing the letters that we have learned louder than the other letters, but without screaming because we don't want to scare anyone. Also, it's really important that you're looking, your eyes are watching the letters on the chart. So your brain makes the connection between what the letters look like and what you say so that you can remember those letters later when you're reading and writing. Are you ready to sing with me and Mr. Kevin? Here we go. Remember, point under each letter, practicing. This is what we call our one-to-one correspondence. You point to each letter as you say it. Okay, now I have to do a quick reminding myself of which letters we've learned. We've learned A, B, J, M, N, R, S, T. Okay, here we go. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Oh, kindergartners, that was some great singing. Kiss your brain. We're going to skip apples and bananas today. All right, I did not have you gather your materials, so I'm going to have you use this as a brain break right now. You need your whiteboard and your marker. Calmly and safely find those materials and come back to me when you have them. You'll remember when we use a whiteboard marker, we plug in the cap so we don't lose it. We're going to start with a capital A. Hopefully these letters are starting to get easier and easier and you can write them faster and faster without thinking about them because you own them and you know them so well. Remember, as we write these, say the letter pathway with me. Those are the words that I'm saying. I want you to say them with me so that it becomes your muscle memory increases. Here we go. Capital A is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, slanted line down, little line connecting. Lowercase a, name the letter. Sound the letter. Let's write the letter. Pens out, bump back around, line up, line back down. This is the letters A. A says A and A says A. Name this letter. Sound this letter. This is a capital B. B says B. And it is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, back up, bump around on the front like a belly, bump around. Lowercase b, we know it's a B because the bump is on the front like a belly. Good. Pens up, long line down, back up a scooch, that means a little. Bump around. I'm going to teach you another trick really quickly about how to remember B and D because they can be kind of tricky. If you put your thumbs up like this, you see how the line here comes down? That's like the back of the letter, and then the bump here. So, this is a B because the bump is on the front like a belly. This is a D because the bump is on the back like a diaper. This is a B. This is a D. This also works for P and Q, but we'll learn that one later. Name this letter. Sound this letter. This is a J. J says J. It's a capital J, so it's a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, and hook up. Make sure your hook's on the right way. Line across the top. Lowercase j is a letter that falls, so we say pens out, line down below, and hook up. Float a dot above. Name this letter. Sound this letter. M says A capital M is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, back up, slanted line down, slanted line up, line down. Lowercase m is a letter that is small, so we say pens out, line down, back up, bump around, and down. M says Ooh, name this letter. Sound this letter. N says N. Capital N is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, back up, slanted line down, line up. You might notice it's getting easier and easier to write these letters. You can write them in a snap because you own them. You really, really know them. Name this letter. Sound this letter. Lowercase n is a letter that is small, so we say pens out, line down, back up, bump around, and down. N. Next letter. Name this letter. R says Good. Capital R is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, back up, bump around, slanted line down. Lowercase r, and R says Good. Lowercase r is a letter that is small, so we say pens out, line down, back up, tiny turn, and stop. That's one way that saying the pathway out loud will really help you focus and remember to remember. Next letter. Name this letter. S says S. Good. Capital S is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, bump around, slide down, bump around the other way, and stop. Make sure you go this way first. Make sure your S is facing the right way. If it's not, erase it and try again. Lowercase s faces the same way. It's the same shape. It's just a letter that is small. So we say pens out, bump around, slide down, bump around the other way, and stop. Well, I didn't even have the lowercase s up there. I just went for it, didn't I? All right. Here we go. Name this letter. T, and T says T. Good. Capital T is a letter that is tall, so we say pens up, line down, line across the top. You know what? I don't like how that looks. I'm going to try that one again. Pens up, line down, line across the top. That one looks better to me. Lowercase t is a letter that is tall. You're right. Pens up, line down, little line across. Now, your job, your independent work today is to read. I want you finding all those letters that you know in your books. I want you finding in the pictures things that start with all the sounds that you know. You're also going to continue noticing functional writing. That's writing that's all around you. And you'll remember we learned from our librarians yesterday how you can access books at the library. And Mrs. Wally and I challenged you to find the library that's closest to you and figure out and make a plan with your families for how you're going to get books from the library. If you need help with that, the librarians are so helpful. Reach out to them. They can definitely help you. I also want to remind you that there is no school tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday. Thursday is Thanksgiving holiday, and Friday is Native American Heritage Day. So we have days off from school. So I hope you have a safe and wonderful holiday and are able to spend time with some family. You're also going to continue noticing functional writing. Maybe if it's part of your tradition to do some cooking, you could help with the cooking and you could try to read some of the recipes. That's functional writing. So thank you so much, kindergartners, for being here with me today. This is your 5-minute break. You're going to gather your materials that you will need for Math with Mrs. Wally, which are your whiteboard and marker, which hopefully you already have, your Learning Buddy, and your counters. Thank you so much. Enjoy your break, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Hi, kindergartners. Happy Tuesday. Materials for today. I'm going over this because there's something different I want you to get and make sure you have. You need to have your whiteboard and your marker. And then you also need to go collect some books, some bigger, some smaller. Okay? 5 to 8 books. If you don't have those things, please go get them as we do our math talk this morning. Or it could be this afternoon or tonight while you're watching this. We're going to do our True or False Tuesday while you go grab those things. If you already have between 5 and 8, some big, some small books, then you go ahead and you just hang out with me and we're going to do True or False Tuesday. Okay? All right. Now, I didn't grab books because I don't have the space underneath where my camera is here at my house. So I drew some books. So if you don't have books, you could also draw some books on your whiteboard. That would work too. All right. Let's do True or False Tuesday. If you remember, we're going to read a sentence. And if it's true, we're going to say ding, 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 ding. And if it's false, we're going to say wah, wah. Are you ready? I'm just trying to get my picture to the right size. There it is. Okay, let's get our highlighter so I can circle true or false. And let's go ahead and read together. This 10 frame shows the number 7. True or false? I heard someone say, "Mah, mah." Why do you think it's false? How do you know there's 6? What do you see? You see a group of 4 and 2. 4 and 2 make 6. Does anyone see 6 a different way? Oh, someone said, I in my head moved this one up here, and that made 5 and 1 more, and that's 6. Great job, kindergartners. That's true. Let's read. This 10 frame shows the number 5. True or false? Ding, ding, ding. It shows the number 5. How did you see the number 5? 2 and 3. Does anyone see it differently? Oh, it's that if I could move them trick, right? If this one was up here and this one was up here, the whole top row would be filled, and then we would know that it is the number 5. Awesome job. Ding, 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 ding. It's true. Ready to read? This 10 frame shows the number 3. True or false? Why is it false, friends? Yeah, I see 3 and 1 more. That's not the number 3. That's the number 4. It is false. Let's read. This 10 frame shows the number 6. Ding, 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 ding. How did you know it was the number 6? Oh, that's excellent thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent job. Okay, are you ready? Last one. This 10 frame shows the number 8. Ding, 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 ding. How do we know it shows the number 8? You see 4 and 4, and 4 and 4 makes 8. Okay, does anyone see it different? Oh, someone said, Mrs. Wally, the whole thing's 10. And if you add 10 and you're missing 2, it's the number 8. Great thinking. That is true. Ding, 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 ding. Excellent job. All right. Today we are learning to sort and count objects. This is why you're going to need your books. First, we're going to do a little comparing warm-up, and then we're going to sort and compare. Okay, we're going to sort, count, and compare. You ready? All right. It says, compare 8 and 9. You're going to count them and circle the one that is less. Go ahead on your whiteboard. 8 and 9. Circle the number that is less. Did you do it? Are you ready? The number that is less is the number 8. Woo! How did we know 8 was less? How did you know? Oh, when you lined them up, there was one more 9 dot and not as many 8 dots. So 8 was less. Kiss your brain, kindergartners. Nice job. Okay. So now I'm going to change my picture to my books. Can you please get your books out that you gathered for this? The first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how many big and how many little books you have. So these are my books. You either choose some books or you have some books in front of you. Go ahead and count how many big books you have. I have 1, 2 big books. So if I was writing on my whiteboard right now, I would write the number 2. But I'm going to write it here because my books are on my whiteboard. Number, big books, 2. Okay. How many little books do I have? Or how many little books do you have? Count your little books. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little books. All right. Now, which one do you have more of? You might have more big books, or you might have more little books. Yours is going to look different than mine because we have different amounts of books. So you go ahead, you circle the one that is the biggest or the most. You ready? Mine is 4 because 4 is more than 2. What's yours? Someone said theirs is little because 5 is more than 3. Someone said theirs is big because 6 is more than 1. Ooh, they have 6 big books at their house. That's fun. All right. Now we're going to do it a different way. This time you're going to see my pad here. And I'm going to have some shapes. Okay? Some of my shapes are big and some of my shapes are little. No, I'm just putting them out so you can see them. Okay, let's see. All right. Now, I did the best I could to make these perfect squares, but I didn't have a ruler, so I did the best I could. What do you see? Go ahead and just look at my picture. First of all, let's sort by color. What are going to be my 2 color groups? Pink and purple. Okay. So right here, how many are pink? How many do I have that are pink? 3. 3 pink. And how many are purple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are purple. Okay, I'm going to reset. What's another way I could sort my shapes? I could do it by shape. What are the shapes I have? Squares and triangles. Okay, how many squares do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many triangles do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, put them back together. What's another way I could sort them? Oh, I could do it by size. What are my sizes? Big and little. Okay, here we go. Big shapes, little shapes, big and little. Okay, let's count. How many big shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many little shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, is there another way I could sort these? Look very closely. Oh, some of the shapes have lines and some of them have circles. Could we sort by the pattern on the shape? Okay, here we go. Shapes with circles on them, shapes with lines. How many shapes have circles? 1, 2, 3. How many shapes have lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to pick one of the ways to sort. How do I want to sort? I think I'm going to sort by size. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort, and we're going to count, and then we're going to compare. Are you ready? So I said by size. So here we go. Big, big, little, little, big, big, little, big, little. I sorted. Now what do I need to do? Now I need to count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to write the number 5. Can you write the number 5 on your board and draw 5 circles, please? 1. Whoops. Went too slow. 1. Ooh, it doesn't like me right now. That's okay. I'm going to be patient with it. It's okay, computer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that last one again, because I want you to be able to see it really clear. Okay. So you can do it, computer. 5. There we go. Now let's count our other group. What was the other way we sorted? Big and small. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Write the number 4 on your board. Draw 4 dots. Okay. Now we have to decide which group is less. Go ahead, you try on your board. Which group has less, the big shapes or the little shapes? And how do you know? Which group was less? Using what we wrote and drew, which group was less? You can use your board. Stop. Do you have an answer? Let's see. Partner, 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 partner. Oh no. That means 4 is less than 5? How do we know? Because 5 has an extra dot. Kiss your brain, kindergartners. Nice job. All right. I'm going to draw in some dots, and you're going to tell me if the amount is equal. How many dots on top? 3. How many dots on bottom? 2. Are these equal? What does equal mean? It's the same as. Are these dots equal? No. 3 and 2 are not the same. Okay, let's do another one. Are you ready? We'll do a different color this time. What color do you want to do this time? Oh, I heard lots of friends say blue. Here we go. You watching? We're going to find out if these 2 rows are equal, which means is the same as. How many did I fill in on the top? 4. How many did I fill in on the bottom? 4. Are they equal? Equal means is the same as. Is 4 the same as 4? Yes. Great job. Okay, let's do another one. Are you ready? Okay, here I go. This time, I'm going to do purple like this. And I'm going to do green like this. Uh-oh, that's not going to work. Got it. Okay, how many on the top? How many are on the top? Okay, do you think these are equal? I hear some yes and some no. How many on top? 3. How many on the bottom? 3. When I say equal, I mean has the same amount. Is 3 the same amount as 3? It is. They're equal. They're different colors, but they're still equal. All right. Let's take a look at our last problem. It's asking, are these 2 amounts equal? How many on top? 10. How many on bottom? 8. Are these equal or is the same as? No, they're not equal. Because look, there's 2 blues but don't have any yellows. Great job, kindergartners. Kiss your brain. So let's look at your assignment. Today we were practicing sorting, didn't we? We were sorting and counting and doing some comparing. So here's your assignment for today. I want you to give me some examples of the way we sorted our shapes for our books, okay? And then you get to color in your socks. You get to color however many you want on the top and the bottom, but they need to be the same way. You're sorting your socks. And if you need help, an adult can read these directions down here on the bottom of the page, okay? All right. So let's check our learning for today. Did we sort objects into groups? Did we tell what trait we sorted by, like big or small, pink or purple, square or triangle? And did we count how many objects were in each group? We did it. Good job, kindergartners. Nice work today. All right, it's time for our affirmation. And you're going to have a couple of days off school because it's time to celebrate being thankful. So our affirmation today is, I am thankful for the things I have. You ready? My turn first. I am thankful for the things I have. Your turn. Great job, kindergartners. We'll see you next week. Have a great few days off. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.